Hi everybody, this is Cape at Cape's Corner Creation, back with you again. I have been on a little hiatus, but I'm back now and raring to go, excited to be here. So I decided to look at all my scraps, and I will have to say, as a junk journal person, I don't know what you call me, but anyway, crafter, I have all these scraps. I don't have a lot of product, but it seems my scrap pile is getting enormous. So I decided to just pull some out today and see what we could make with them. I have a couple of samples here of a journal card and a tag, and they are made from index cards. So as you can see, there's a ton of writing space on the back, and they're really pretty with all sorts of things and scraps on the fronts. So I thought we could do a few things today and see if we could make a few more of these and maybe a couple of clusters and see what we have. Now I pulled out a pile of things from the scrap bins. So, and with this, I decided that I'm going to work through my scraps once a week, and I will bring you along because I really need to simmer it down with the scrap pile, because I don't want to eliminate them in any way or throw them out, but it's getting a little out of control. I have a very small space. Like I said, I work at Cape's Corner, which is truly a corner in the house. It's not a big space. Everything I have is in arm's reach because of my disability. I'm not one to be popping up and down across the room, this and that. So everything is at my reach, which is tiny space, but I do have a lot of scraps. So I pulled a few things out today, and we're going to work with just those. I probably have enough to fill a box full, but they're sorted out and stored carefully. In the meantime, I hope you're all well. I'm glad to be back and busy. So let's begin. I wanted to start with explaining why I have this here. I'm going to show you. Recently I got some Tim Holtz products, and I keep all cardboard that comes into the envelope, into the purchase envelope, like so. I want to show you, that it comes in an envelope, like a clear plastic bag. And after I take out the product and I store it in my working journal, and I have the bag, and this one I cut the top off of, and I will reuse this bag in my working journal. So you can reuse everything that you get and have purpose for. So this bag would hold, say, some of these, and I would store them in an envelope or in a journal or something like that until I need to use them. Or you can cut out your ephemera or different things, little pictures of birds or flowers, and store them in your bag and slip your bag inside your storage container or however you use it. So I find great use in everything that comes in a package or in a bag like this, and I reuse them. So remember not to throw them out because you're going to use it for something. Also, the cardboard that comes inside, usually I will use that as well. Now this will make a great tag on this side, and you could even use this piece here for a tag. So I figured I would challenge myself today and see if we could do that. So I need my scissors here. So I'm going to cut this piece off like this. When you think you have nothing to work with, and then you say, maybe I do. And before you know it, you have all kinds of things. So what I'm going to do is, of course, naturally, we do not need to have this piece with all of this on the back. So we're going to cover this. So I thought we could start that with a piece of paper. And I'm going to use this piece of paper and cover the back of this, like so. Well, yeah. Want that side or that side? Now the question begins. I think I may use both sides. Let's see. I thought I had a piece of I thought I had an index card in my little pile of stash here. Let me see here. I'm sure it's somewhere, but you know, that's the way I roll. Oh yes, here it is. Actually, I have a couple. So I want writing space on this tag, so I'm going to glue this on here, but I don't want this red line, so we're going to glue it down here at the bottom of here. There we go, just like that. So we're going to start with the glue. And I know this is a small tag or a journaling card, but you know, sometimes small is good. So we're just going to glue this side onto the index card so that this side will become writing space. I'm always looking for something new and trying not to waste things that we can use. You know, junk journal after all is using up your junk. And even though our junk is most valuable, some people would say, what are you going to do with that, you know? But here we have it. We are going to make this really cute journaling card. Now, I'm not great with cutting out things like this, so I'm just going to put a hole, punch a hole right here with my handy dandy hole puncher here, right to the top of that circle, and we will work around the rest of that. But we already have it there, so why not use it, right? Alrighty, so I'd like to start with, oh, there's my clippers. See what happens when you work, you find things in the wrong drawer. I'm going to distress this some because this is a bit of a shiny paper, so I want to distress that a little bit around the edges in case there's any bit of white showing. We're going to bring that around as we challenge ourselves to work with this bit. There we go. The other thing too, we're going to do the back side as well. The other thing too, I'd like to maybe round the corners on either side here. So with our handy dandy tool here, we will curve that much better. That looks much better. And go like that. Let me scooch that out of the way. Okay, now, because it's a bit shiny, I think we're going to add some stenciling to this to tone it down a bit. So I need to grab, here, we'll use this because this is an old envelope that I had used for storage, but we can ink it up. It's all right. I'm going to put a few flowery things on here, and already because of the color of this paper, it's really very beautiful, even though it's just the package container. But I do like it, so I want to bring in a few leaves. Now the only difference with this shiny paper is it may take a bit to dry, so we don't want to be putting our fingers on there until it dries. And I will invest in a little handheld dryer at some point so that I don't smudge it, but I do want to touch it here to see if it comes off. Yeah, it's good. It's nearly dry. It doesn't take long, but you want to be careful when you're using a shiny paper that you don't stick your fingers in it right away. There we go. Alright, now, while we're waiting for that to dry, we can think of things to put on there. I do have my working journal in my hand's reach, so even though we're using these papers, you have to have something to put on there. So as you see, I'm going to show you this. I started this a couple weeks ago, made this there's a video on this book, my working journal, as you see it, and it's getting mighty chunky. I'm loving this because I just can reach over and grab it, and I don't have to move my chair and try and find things. So this has been a blessing, truly, for myself. So anyway, as I search for something to put on here, we are going to need some words. And let's see what we want to put on here. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. I want to put a little something on here, maybe a little flowers. Has to be small, a little bird. I have these little birds that I got from Etsy on the Paper Outpost Etsy shop. Let's see what we have here, something small. Or not. Let me keep digging. And in the meantime, while I'm searching for that, I hope you're all well and doing well. January is always exciting around here. You know, it's rainy season, tornado season, all kinds of things happening, and with that comes interruptions on the Wi-Fi. So it's dry and quiet today, so I thought it was a good day to bring you along. I like that little mushroom, maybe. I have a smaller one, even better, but let me see now if I have one. I don't think so. We'll go with that one. And maybe a little bit of a tag we can put on there. I'm not going to glue anything until we decide what we're doing exactly. But let me see if I can pull this out. That's too big. I need something tiny. Something teeny tiny. Here, let's see. Oh, I like this. Sometimes you gotta have a ticket, but don't like it. So, there you have it. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. You know? Oh my goodness. Well, I have a better idea. Let's try a piece of paper like we did with the others. We'll come back over to our selected pile here. And let's look at this paper. This colors of this match really well. I really like that. And I think we're going to put a piece of it right over the top there. Like said so here. Let's see. I like that flower there. So let's go with that. I'm going to just tear it. And then I'm going to measure this out right to the edge. And then come back here and tear it just like so. And then straighten it out. So see when you think you don't have something, and then look how cute this is. I'm going to put it right like that. Now I'm going to ink those edges because they're white, and we don't want that. We want a little bit of distress, and the color makes it blend well with the color of the paper and the color of this card. There we go. And we'll trim the top of it in just a bit. Just want to set that right there. I really like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Doesn't want to work around it and on top of it, so anyway, it's good to be back. I have been busy with my other channel, and I had to get my hands back over here because I really love to do this craft. I am split between the two, and I'm just loving it because I get to bring you some ideas from my other channel and my skills to this channel. So it's beneficial for everybody, and I'm loving it. There we go. That looks really pretty. Now, let's see. Maybe this here, right in the corner. But before we do that, I want to do more here so we can hide that yet again. And let's see about, where's that paper? Because we can punch another hole in there. Won't be a problem. So I'm just going to cover that up. But let's see what we can cover it with. Maybe some of this wood-looking paper. Oh, maybe better. No. Yep. Yes, no, yes, no. I don't know. You never know, right? Here's some music paper. Which way does this go? Right across the top like this. That might be nice. Just a bit of music. I'm not crazy about the words there, but let me trim that down. Cut that, and then I'm going to cut this right here. Just like that. And just put that right here. But I want to tear this down a little bit. I don't like such straight lines. I'm so not a straight line kind of person. There, I really like that music right there. So now, normally in the real world here, and in the world that, you know, most folks would just, you know, toss it. And this is so valuable, and it's such a perfect little piece to add to the beauty of this little card. So we definitely don't want to toss it. We're going to distress that, and we're going to put it right over top of that hole, and we will repunch that hole. Let's see how far over we can go. Right like that. Perfect. Now we're going to glue that down. You know, this little tab off the top of that package is unrecognizable here as we move forward. And useful. And the color is perfect. I love it. There we go. Now we'll trim this off the back. Just this little piece right here. And we'll grab our hole punch yet again and go back and just repunch that little hole. There we go, right at the top. And that's so great. Now we have our little mushroom that I thought we could put over here. And maybe some words here. So let's grab this. And we'll put this little mushroom right here. And by the way, the glue is Fabrifix because, you know, I'm partial to that. I use other glues, but this one works quick when I'm trying to get a lot done fast. I'm loving this. Okay, now we need a word and maybe even a butterfly. So let's see. Where are my words? Let's see. Here's one. I like this little quotes. I hope you're all good. It's been a crazy time after the holidays. I had a little hiatus. I had to take some time and self-care. Don't we always have to self-care? I hope everybody does that from time to time so you don't get overworked or overstressed or overtired. You have to remember that you come first. And I'm grateful for so many things in my life that I I appreciate your time and my time, and this little word says I can and I will, and we're going to just put that right there. There we go. But I still think it needs a butterfly. So I have this little butterfly over here that I'm going to just tear off this paper and put right in that corner. Let's see how it fits there. Here we go. Let's distress this a little bit with some vintage photo. There we go. A little bit of glue. And right there she goes. There we go. How cute is that? Let's see if you can see that. Music paper. This little paper over here, a butterfly, the words I can and I will, a mushroom. How cute is that? Now, let's do the back. So the back, we won't do too much. We're just going to distress this card because it's so white. We want to bring that down a bit. And we're going to put that same stencil on the back because you can always write over it. Let's grab that. In fact, I'm going to use the upside down part and come across this way. Here we go. There we go. Oops. Oh my goodness. There we go. How cute is that? And now we need a ribbon. So let's see what we have. Let's see. We have green and browns and gold. I think we'll go with the, actually, I think we're going to go with this peachy color because around this butterfly is a bit of peach, and how pretty is that? And it's not the first color that jumps out, but it is the color that just might bring this a little bit of cheeriness. If I get this thing back in the drawer here. Okay. So, I take the time to cut the edges because sometimes ribbon will fray. So you want to be able to stop that. So I always put those little V's in the ribbon. And we'll put that in there like so. We got to turn it over. Now you can use your stapler or you can glue. Sometimes I do both, but this time I'm just going to glue it because the hole at the top of this little piece of paper wasn't very big, so there's not a lot of room for a stapler, but we're going to go with the Fabrifix. So we're going to hold that for a second, and that will be secure. I'm just going to reach over, sorry, my arm is getting later, and grab a baby wipe. There we go. Because we want to be able to clean that. There we go. And there we have it. How cute is that? I can and I will. Now, if you didn't see where this came from, you wouldn't know where it came from. It just looks like an index card. And there we have it. How pretty is that? And we're just going to place that over here with the others. And now we're going to make something else. So, we do have the bottom half of that. Oh, what did I do with that? You know, I'm scatterbrained sometimes. It's like, okay, I had that a second ago and now it's gone. But that's what happens in my world. Oh, well, no. Anyway, there it is. Alright, so now we have the bigger part of this packaging. And we don't need one so big, but let's cut it down a little bit. So I would like it to be 6 inches long. 6 inches comes in handy. I will keep this piece just for later on. And a 6 by 3 makes a nice size card. And we'll keep that piece for another time as well. Alright, so we have this beautiful side already that we worked with before, and then we need to cover this side because we don't need that to be showing. And I did want some writing space, but instead of putting lines of writing, I thought I'd use this paper because it is pretty plain and you can write on it. So we're going to adhere this card to this paper, right like that. So here we go with the glue. I think gluing is the most fun. It's like, you know, you can be a kid all you want in the craft room because, after all, what kid doesn't like to play with paper and glue and, right? Most kids I know love to do that. And we're all kids, even though our age says differently. Our child is still in there. Alright. I remember getting in trouble with scissors on occasion when I was a kid. I was a rambunctious child. You wouldn't know that now. But, oh yeah. I don't know about rambunctious, but maybe that's not the right word. Maybe it was more like, bored and trying to find things to do. And when I found things to do sometimes, you know, I remember cutting a few things that I should not have cut. Oh well, just being a kid. And now I cut everything, and, you know, it's all good. Little did I know it would serve me later. Now, there we go. Now, I'm loving that back because it is a great color with the front. Even though this is shiny, we're going to tone that down with some stamping and some paper, so you won't really see that whole thing. But we are going to round the edges. And for this one, I'm going to round the bottom as well. There we go. Alright. And we're going to put a little bit more glue down at that corner spot. Didn't really set. Sometimes you want to check your corners to make sure that the glue is caught everywhere. There we go. Now let's see. Alright then, this side will be our writing side. So we're not going to do too much there, but let's distress this card. Bring that shine off the edges here. And we'll work the front of this. It's so pretty that I couldn't see tossing that. It just caught my eye, the color of it, when I took it out of the bag. Alright then, and as we say, use up all your junk, right? Alright, I think some old dictionary words. I have an old piece here. Just to make sure my words are good. Let me just put my glasses on, because you know, I need those darn glasses to see. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Mentor. I think I like that. This paper is so old. This is nearly 100 years. This was like in 1930 and 1940. Really, it's like 80 plus years. So, on one hand, I don't want to use it, and on the other hand, I love using it. So, there you go. And I want to take this down. Let's see. About right here. So I just want it partial of the words. I don't really want all of the word. I'm going to just I'm just going to tear it. There we go. That's how old it is. It tears that easily. It really is very old. Alright. I think I like it right there. So, let's be careful with the distressing because this paper is so brittle it will rip just by this brush here. So we just want to put just a little bit on there because the paper is already caramel color as it is. So we just want to bring a little bit to the edge just to take that sharp edge off. Make it look pretty. There we go. We're going to come down just like that. Okay. So we're going to put the glue on. Make sure with old paper that you come close to the edge because if you don't, it will rip and crack and, you know, you don't want to have that. So you want to have it as close as possible. And then I kind of slide it into place so that the glue gets right to the edges. There we go. Now, this teeny tiny piece on the corner, we're going to trim it off. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. So, last night we had a really big rainstorm. The Wi-Fi was kind of weird. And thunder, oh my goodness, the house shook. I think, you know, sometimes it feels like it's in the front yard, but, you know, it wasn't that close. But it certainly feels that way sometimes. Now, let's see. We have a bit of this music paper left from the last piece we did. Like I say, we don't want to waste our scraps. So, and right at the bottom here it says romantic music. So I don't want to waste that. So we're going to put that little piece right on that top. Right around. And glue it up. Here we go. You'd be surprised what you can do with your little bit of scraps. You know, making new things out of old things or out of junk or, you know, like this was just a piece of cardboard and a new product. Perfect. Just going to slide that down just till it gets to the top there. There we go. Now all we have to do is trim that little bitty corner piece. Go in and trim that again. And there we go. That's nice. Now I would like to put something down the side here. That's always a challenge because sometimes I don't know if it's paper. Oh, you know what? Here, how about this? This was the piece that we cut off of that music piece on that last card. And I think we're going to put it right like that. There we go. So even when you think it's trash, it's not. You have to spend a little time grateful for your little bits because sometimes they make the best projects. So I am grateful. I try and be grateful for things every day, conscious of that, making gratitude every day and an intent every day so that I stay focused, and I just think it's a happier place to live. This world is going through such stuff that we need gratitude and happiness for the things that we do have. And I'm grateful for this little piece of trash that could have gotten lost in the wilds. But instead it's going to be somewhere, someday, in someone's journal. There we go. I think that's looking really nice. Now, we need something here. Let's see what's in our little book of plenty. Let's see. I want something a little bit bigger than the last. And let's see. I like birds. I like flowers. already used the mushrooms, so we don't want to do that. Something a bit different. Let's see. Oh, we used a butterfly, but thinking flowers. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty too. Oh, that's nice. That would be nice, but that's too big. But that would be nice. I loved clusters, but maybe we can make one if we don't have one. Oh, here's one. I like that too. Well, then I can't decide, right? But I do like that. That's an already made cluster. But we're going to leave that there for this moment and see what else we have in this book over here. Oh, wrong color. Let's see. Oh my goodness, right? You're probably thinking, does she even ever make a decision? I think that's the hardest part of this journey, is to make the right decisions, because after all, it's not for me, it's for wherever this journal card winds up in somebody's journal, and then you have a reason always to make it really pretty and with thought, so that whoever gets this eventually is really pleased with your time spent making it. So that'll be my inspiration to you today. Well, I don't know about that, but I got these actually, these bits are what came in this card, in this Tim Holtz package. So I'm really happy about that, because I really enjoy the flowers. Well, there was all kinds of things in that package actually, but really enjoy the designs and the colors. Let's see. I don't know. Something with more color. I think I like that right there. Okay, so we have that, but it's still not quite where I want it to be, so more words. Always words, right? Or tags. Let's see. Natural history and scientific bookseller. Well, that's interesting. We could put that on this side. That bit. That looks nice. What you think? Let's see what else we got. Just because I may or may not leave that there. What about the words? Let's see. No, I think a word as well, but I think I'm going to leave that there too. Let me move this out of the way. Alright, so leaving this on and just distressing it a little bit. The color is perfect. The length is perfect. So it's perfect. We're going to use it. There we go. And I'm going to glue that up. We're going to put it right here, just like that, to bring that down just a bit. But then we got to snip that corner. Oops. And same with this flower. I'm just going to distress that just a little bit. Not even probably that you can see it, but I can see it, and it's just enough to give it some softness. And we will place that right like that. Here we go. Trying to hurry so that we can do this fast video, because I have more upcoming videos and I want to just bring this to you tonight to show you what you can do with your bits and your things that you're buying, and then you think, oh, you open it and you think you could toss this, and it's so valuable. So I wanted to bring that to you. Now this is just literally a piece of material, a scrap, a piece of paper, scrapbooking paper, just a scrap piece. This is a scrap piece off a crochet pattern and a little satin bow that I had in my sewing box, and that's that. So we're gonna stick that right there, which is perfect in color and size. So we're just gonna glue that and put it right there, and we will put a word here. Now let's see for a word. Alrighty. Or words. Sometimes it's a word and sometimes it's a bunch of words. Here we go. I have here, never stop exploring. There we go. A little bit of ink on there. And some glue. And put that right here. Never stop exploring. There we go. And this journaling card will not have a, ribbon or a topper, because we're going to use this cluster, so we don't need to put a hole in that or anything. So, but just on the back, we just need to distress the edges, and I think that's all we're going to do on the back. Just have this like barn door look on the back. I think that's all we're going to do with this one. We've done so much on the front. Let's see. We have a cluster, we have 2 pieces of paper, we have this piece of paper, that's 3, we have this tag over here, some words, some flowers. I think that's it. I think we've done it. So let's see. Now, see what I mean? We started with a pile, and our pile looks bigger. I'm going to move these things out of the way so that you can see what we've done here. Here we go. And both these pieces came from that packaging. And these were made earlier with my index cards. And we used an index card on the back of this one. So we did that with these. Let me bring these down into focus here. I'm always, forgetting where your eyes are and where my eyes are. But anyway, so there we have it. Some packaging, some old index cards, some scrap papers, and we have beautiful journaling cards. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad to be back in the world, the working world. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and comment if you like. Subscribe, please. I'm so anxious to know that I'm making a difference for somebody. And you can find my items for sale on the Etsy shop, and there will be a sale starting tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So, and there's a few new items. But anyway, I hope you had enjoyed your time spent with me, and I enjoy my time here with you. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.